Start. Good boy, Tuck. Good boy. You want up here? You want the... Come over here. Come over here. You want over there? Oh, big jumps, buds. Big jumps, buds. Yeah, there's big shifts going on. I don't know what they are yet, but I know that they're happening. Let's do this. Okay. Hi. Welcome to my tube, my tiny little tube. My name is Margie. I'm Heok Empath. I just like to have these little talks on the way I feel about things. See, I think it's important that people articulate how they feel so they can get past the bullshit. You know? Address it. This is how I feel. This is why I feel this way. Where are the solutions in my life to help me get past this feeling? And beat up ba-doop. Get on with it. Beat up ba-doop. Is that fun, Ma? Beat up ba-doop. It's been kind of a rough morning for old Marjo already. I got a text message yesterday about, or a phone call from the landlady last evening. It was like evening. It was after the dogs had eaten and stuff. And said, I'm going to come and do a walkthrough tomorrow. Which I'm like, okay. Which is cool because I ain't never got a warning before. It's like she's here on the property and then she's like, let me go in and look around. You know? Oh, to live free. Oh, to live free. In the land of the free and the home of the brave. People in this country are neither free nor brave. They don't even know it. They're about to find out. So, bravery. What kind of bravery does it take to put your frickin' parents in a home? Does that take bravery? No, that takes economic status. That don't take no kind of bravery. It takes bravery. Keep them with you. Take care of them. They took care of you. It's the cycle of life. Fair's fair. What do you know? Oh, they were mean to me when I was a kid. Are they still mean to you? Did they stop the, were they going through their own shit? And did they stop the behavior or did they continue the abuse? If they continued the abuse, I could understand. But if they modified their behavior and they turned out, and they recognized their own shortcomings, I mean, come on, there should be a little bit more give and take, grace in there, right? Yeah. So, let's do a walkthrough. And I keep the place walkthrough ready pretty much. But, like, when I see her on campus, the family compound, I freaking, I'm tidying up, But she don't always come through. And so, I gotta wet my whistle. So, now I know astrology, and I know she's an Aries, and I know how this is affecting me, and I also know my family dynamic, and I understand hers, right? Mm-hmm. So I take all these things into consideration, right? And a lot of people are feeling really, 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 really powerless right now. They're feeling sped up. They're all excited because of the freaking, whatever, CMEs, shamanic residents, the fact that the world's run by freaking dark forces, and it's this game of dark forces that my whole life people have said, on the outside, no, that doesn't happen. All the while how are people ending up with like so many millions and millions of dollars, Now they're billionaires like nothing. And I'm like, dude, I can't bear, like, how? Oh, they sold their soul. That's how. And you still have yours, Marge. Oh, there's the difference, you silly goose. Understood. Got it. Help me, good orderly direction. That's my higher power. Just try not to cause harm, right? That's why I'm like baffled by this lady, because You know, she lives at she takes care of her mom. Her mom's 94. You know, she has help. Like her sister lives a lot across the street. You know, she has people that can come sit with mom. You know, I haven't had a day off in 6 years. I've lived the same day. 6 years. And I see the little work people have put in society in the last 6 years, yet I've seen how much effort they go in around just living that best life. While people like me are like, what the fuck? I read a post yesterday about a 17-year-old kid here in Taos, you know, got kicked out of the house because, you know, parents didn't raise you that way, right? I got kicked out when I was 18. Yeah. Yeah, it was by you. Anyway, what God is moving on. Yeah, moving on. The things I've moved on from. Kept a good sense of humor about. Anyway, the world's a lot harder for kids now. Now they turned on the street and then they freaking end up freaking, you know, getting stuff put in their butts because freaking people are weird and gross and are perverted and have their self-will. They never learn how to curb their enthusiasm. They don't learn discipline. They don't know, like, don't do that. It's wrong. They have just always been told, do what you want. It's okay. Live how you want. Buy what you want. Go where you want. Drink what you want. Eat what you want. Always do what you want. And they have nothing in them that resists any kind of temptation. So the whole world is fallen into this big old cesspool of temptation. And there's consequences that come to that. And the consequences are coming because everybody's, you know, WW3. WW3 is a war is of the Dub3 is of the spiritual variety. Are people going to sell their soul and go the either softer way, or are they going to be steadfast? And I don't see a lot of freaking steadfast. Self-serving, I see a lot of self-serving. I don't see a lot of steadfast. I see people that, you know, do stuff for a paycheck. You know, I see people with they call them not-for-profit, they're non-profits, but they're all for, you know, what do you do with your excess? Think about all the non-for-profits that are out there and exist in the world, and yet, ask any homeless person on the street, like, hey, have you heard of this? And can you name a nonprofit that's helped you out? You know what I mean? Yet, if you look at the numbers of some of the income on these, I mean, it's, you know, and then they see what they do is they buy, like, now everyone's like, ooh, EVs, so buy EVs and put your logo of your nonprofit on the side. And so you can drive around and be like, look, we care. You know? This kid was having a hard time because like, they're 17, they got kicked out of the house, and then, like, the local shelter around here said that they didn't have to pay any kind of rent, and then, like, they came back later and said, no, you gotta, you know, get a job and give like 30% of your paycheck to it or something like that. And the kid, like, I can't get a job, you know, because no one will hire him or something. I don't know what the case is, but I mean, there's, like, people don't account for that, but they're willing to take a bunch of freaking arsenal and go into places that we have no business in and kill a bunch of people. That's what's about to happen again. I'm like, when are people gonna get it and stop having parades for this BS, you know? And so the landlord, so I understand, taking into account all this stuff that she has, and then so I'm like, dude, she's gonna come in here, you know, but I'm gonna be ready, right? Mm-hmm. And she, like, came in, she, like, looked in, oh no, you gotta clean the oven, you gotta, like, I've never lived in, like, I could do a walkthrough right now of this place. And she said, it smells like cat pee back there. I said, well, that's because the cats look at the back door. They come up and then they spray on it, you know? And there's like there's cats all over the place. Like what the fuck you want me to do, you know? And so I got a demerit. I'm fucking gonna be 50 years old, and I still, like, I'm a fucking military bitch in basic training, have somebody looking over my shoulder and telling me how I gotta be living. She said, look at the oven. She said, I gotta clean the oven. She's like, I gotta clean the oven. I keep stuff in there that's clean, because storage. I'm just like, oh, okay. You're powerless in your life and you're taking your shit out on me. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to abide. I'm just going to play the little game, because that's what being an earthling is all about, right? You never get to say what you really want to say. You got to be nice all the motherfucking time, and you got to just take however people treat you, because that's just how you do it, right? And so she's like, have you considered getting a storage unit and putting this stuff? Now, you understand her son's a hoarder, lives next door, right? She's telling me it's a fire hazard. I have some boxes in a room. Some like paint, like, you know, it's a very small room, cat litter box. Right, that's it. This is just like empty boxes. I was gonna make you donate those to make outdoor cat houses, you know, for the winter and stuff like that. This is a fire hazard. Her son has fucking wires going all over the place in the fucking power box. The electric company won't do anything about it. Neither will the police. So that's a fire hazard. I'm like, you know, I don't understand planet Earth. I don't want, and I was thinking I had to go take a shower to chill out, right? Because I'm like, I don't understand. Like, this place is, and then, okay, so I got to clean the tub in that bathroom, and then oven, and then there's so many minerals in the water out here, right? So I clean the toilet all the time. It wasn't clean enough in there. There was too much abrasion. So what did I do? I grabbed my fine, I'm fucking ready. Whatever bullshit people want to fucking throw at me, I'm ready, because they've been doing it my whole motherfucking life. I can play this stupid game. So I grabbed my super fine sandpaper. And I went in and I scrubbed it. Oh, blew my nose. I scrubbed it real good. So if this isn't clean, somebody, I'm going to say this part in here because it'll be away from your mom's earshot, and I don't want mom to get upset. Because if she hears your kid say something like this, it might want to break her heart. But I never really understood suicide. And I thought it was a coward's way out. And I have since done a 180 on this, thinking I am not suicidal at this moment. Don't nobody get nothing twisted. What I am saying is I understand why people do it. I understand why people would rather just leave this fucking earthly plane, because it is such a collective wave of bullshit, and people have their heads so far up their arse, they don't care about anybody else. And the thing of it is when you're in the thick of it, that's when you got to get into service and help other people and be someone else's angel. But I had to take a shower and chill out, because I'm like, man, I don't want to live on this planet. This planet is fucking bullshit. It's nothing but bullshit. I don't want to do this for years and years and years. I don't have a family. I have mom and the dogs, and they're all racing to the Rainbow Bridge. You know? When they're at peace, I'm gonna go off and live on a mountain someplace, you know? I don't wanna be a part of this. People being ugly and unkind and just so greedy and self-serving. And I live in New Mexico, and this is like the only thing New Mexico is number one in the nation being is fucking neglect. That's what New Mexico is number one in the nation. Neglect. Fuck, in New Mexico, they neglect. Everybody neglects everything. They neglect themselves. They care more about the color of their chili they're stuffing in their face. Is it red or green? Pfft, go for a walk. You know? Go for a walk. Put the tortilla down. Go for a walk. With the young kids, with the young people and the elders. Get them outside. People forgot to do that. People turn into blobs. You know, sitting on their couch playing video games, or their big long comfy chair playing video games. Blobs. You know, there's a lot of people that can't take care of themselves in this world, right? I know this. My mom's one of them. She hasn't always been like this. It's just how it is. But that's how I'm so adamant about taking care of people, because I know from direct experience. You know, there's a lot of kids out there taking care of their elders too. They don't know what they're doing, and the system ain't made for them either. You know, I mean, so after how it ended up, I get like I become small, so much smaller than I am, to get through encounters every day in life. And I hate that I do that. I do that, and I hate that I do that. I do that. I just know how to get through oftentimes. A lot of times I won't care, but I'm not going to freaking, burn the bridge. Get his, I ain't trying to get his, I know my mouth, and I'm not trying to get his kicked out. There's no place to go. And, so she's like, all this area. And it's like my tools. It's, but like this little back area, right? And she said, and all this. And I was like, yeah, I'm used to having a garage. I said, my life changed. I said, I went to, and then I just I just couldn't even close my mouth. I was real calm. I said, when I went to the Air Force and I worked so hard to get in, and I went to college when it was so hard for me because I'm not so neurotypical, and I did all these things that it's a lot easier for other people to do. And they still don't do it, but I still do it because society said this is what you do. And I say all that. I just basically what I said is I said I clean all the time. I said I clean all the time. I'm always clean. I don't have any fun. That's what I said. I don't have, if it makes you feel better, I don't have fun in life. So I'm sorry that your fucking toilet isn't up to your standard. And I'm sorry I didn't freaking get oven cleaner. But if it makes you feel better, I get that you don't have fun in your life and I don't have fun in mine, but at least you get a fucking day off. Good. No. Good girl. Love you, buds. Love you, pretty girl. No, I just said, no, I didn't even get upset. I didn't even get upset. I didn't cry or anything. I just was like, I'm not having, I said, I work so hard. I said, I work so hard to keep it. That's because that's what I feel. It's like I work so hard at keeping this clean. And for people that they're never satisfied, it doesn't matter how hard you work. Dude, I live next to hoarder and drunken and junkies, the shit I've had to tolerate from just being in proximity. They busted out my back window. I said, I can't keep this stuff outside. People steal it. you know? And she knows this. So I don't know what it's, you know, but no, I'm not getting a storage unit. No. I said, what, your son, you think maybe he'll want to go in on one with me? With all of his fucking junk. I mean, it's straight up fucking junk. So she's taking her powerlessness out on me. And I gotta just recognize it for what it is. And she'll be back on the 28th the next month. And how it went down is I said, you know, I clean all the time. And I'm like deflating a gigantic turtle as I talk to her to try and make less stay. Like I'm trying to be proactive right there when I'm talking to her, you know? And I said, and I was just like, and I didn't get like riled or anything. She was getting riled. Because of the thing I was saying was riling her. I said, this isn't what I planned. I said, I go to college to get a good job, all only to end up right here, right now, you know, like, and then she started saying, well, I didn't plan for my life. And then I was squeezing on the turtle and she's like, you need to calm down. You need to calm. And she just kept saying it. And I'm like, oh, she's telling herself that. And then she left. And now I get to drop a rent check tomorrow. Pay rent. You know, everybody's feeling weird shit. And it's, dude, it ain't gonna get any better. People just have to learn how to navigate through more and more bullshit. Huh, pretty lady? Loving you the most. What time? Oh, shit, it's 2 o'clock. This day is just, it's like gone by so fast. She messaged us, and then, like, I didn't know when she was coming, and then at, like, 10 something, I get a text message saying that she's running late. And I say, okay. And, so she got here about 11, and then I just needed to decompress after that, so I went and laid down. And I couldn't even listen, like, I was just so, my body was so buzzing, I couldn't even listen to anything. Like, I just had to de-gauze, like, chill the fuck out. Good girl, Luna. So then I'm laying down and then the phone rings. You gotta have a sense of humor, right, Ma?
You have to, yes.
Otherwise, you'll get cancer in your butt.
You have to survive.
Huh?
You have to survive.
And I look over and it said, metric motors.
Moving on.
Metric motors. So I answer the phone. Hi, baby girl. I love you so much.
She's so cute.
However scared I am, I always like, I love you guys, you know, like if I'm in my head and I can feel my face is like this, you know, like if I'm, and then I see them around, I'm like, oh, I love you, best dog in the world, you know, good girl, good boy. She's like, be quiet, just make my lunch. So of course the drain plug that they were concerned about breaking, of course it broke. Oh yeah, because that's the difference between $348 and 970 something. So I said, oh fucking shit, and then she said, and I'm like, oh, okay, tighten up, I'm ready. She said that on the distributor cap on the wires on the backside, some mice ate the wires. Mice? Yeah, because where the guy lived, there's a lot of mice. There's mice around here, but there's cats. So that's the agreement between me and the cats. I'll give them their snacks and they keep the mice out of my vehicles. Because they get up there in the winter and then they... Yeah. So, but this place, you know, but I'm not, so it was like a 1,031, and I was just like, okay. Oh, Okay. That will not mine be done. You know? I just like, and I'm trying to stay and not be too heady about where I'm at, because that's what people do around here, you know? I try and give people the benefit of the doubt, and then their behavior dictates that they act like everybody else. You know it? And then so all these people in the area have this experience, and I mean, the last place I live, I had to leave Oregon because the woman wanted her adult son to move back in the house because she wanted to move in her boyfriend and she didn't want her adult son tagging along. So that's why. And then we had to leave Arizona because the lady was a crazy bitch. And then we were only there 5 weeks. Thank God, it felt like freaking an eternity. And then we get to Taos, and then we had to leave because the kid that was going to live there went to prison, and he was getting out only to end up back in prison 3 short months later, not even 3 months. And then so it's like, you know, I think we find a little bit of stability, but now I'm starting to feel like, you know, this lady has like relatives and cousins and nieces and stuff like that she wants to move in here. Right? So she's picking. She kept saying, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But I'm like, she's like, I've never had a landlord open the fridge. Like, and the funny thing of it is when I first moved in here, like her daughter was in the first 2-3 months I lived here, her daughter was still in jail. And so I didn't have a neighbor. It was nice. And then she got out. I didn't even really see her. And then like, I tried to be buddy with her, but you know, they just use. They use whatever they can. People, alcohol, you know, whatever they can use, whatever you can do to use and not think of use. And so it's the life cycle. That's just how they do it here. That's the real New Mexico. That's what the Tourons come to watch and see. The Tourons. And so she's, you know, we were talking one time about how, like, you know, you do good, and then then you get less. You do good with your responsibilities, and then you get less, micromanaging, right? And I done good. We lived here over a year, and now she's like looking in the fridge and like, you know, it's because she feels powerless in her life, Ma. And so she wants to stir up shit, and I used to do that. Now I just walk away. You know? I pretty much let, the shit that I allow. You know, broken windows, stuff. Just, okay, yeah. You know, swamp cooler goes out during the summer, during the, you know, a hot peak, a heat little whatever. What is the word? The heat wave. Yeah. And then I was like, you know, and then she was like, well, I don't have money to fix it. And I'm thinking, well, I gave you a $2,000 deposit. Don't people put the deposit off to the side and not touch it in case like something happens like that? Nope. That's not what happens. That's not what happens. So I'll be getting more fine sandpaper and doing the same thing to the tub before she comes back in. I'm just so fucking tired, man. I just want to live. It's like, God, really? Is it too much to ask to have like my own place to live where I don't have to fucking answer to anybody? You know, is that too much to ask for every American? You know, isn't that like an alien, isn't that like a right? Nope. But we can go off, I can have a gun, but I can't have a fucking place to live. That don't make sense to me. That's a skewed priority to me. So, anyway, I even cleared off the counter here. It's like, you know, you're giving me all the dings. Did you notice the things that are different? Did you see the improvements? That's what good leadership does. You don't just go around bitching about stuff. You got to point out the stuff that they did right, too. You know what I mean? Like, I've said that in relationships before. Okay, you tell me all about what a piece of shit my character defects. Now say something nice. You know, but people are telling me about how they are. They're telling me about them. And what they see in me. And I think the world is not a place that I really want to have much to do with for some time. If ever again. You know, I've always struggled in this world. It's not just in the last couple of years. You know. It's not like that for me. It's my whole life. Shit has happened. And I was thinking about that today. Like it wasn't even like the abusers that did the harm to me. You know it? It's not even the people that put hands on me, did weird shit when, you know, when I was young and easy to manipulate and all that stuff. Right? They do that. It wasn't even the abusers, or it wasn't even the people that hit, like, my brother that used to fucking beat my ass. Like, he should have gone to jail. He said, what have you ever done for me? I said, I didn't call the cops when you beat my ass. Because if I did, you think you'd be a lawyer for the state of California for the Office of Parole right now? No, Jerry, I kept your secret, and I ain't fucking keeping it anymore, you fucking douche. Because you threw me and Mom away a long time ago. He didn't even hold up his part of the bargain to freaking take care of Dad. So fuck him. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. I don't give it that. You know, that's what politicians and bureaucrats do. Tuck, it's okay, bud. Don't scratch the top of your head. You make it bleed. And then Marge gets all So it wasn't even the abusers that did the harm. It's all of society that doesn't give a shit about, not just me. I am just a spokesman. I am just but one person in a land, in a world where fucking people are creeps and take advantage of kids, and it happened to me. The thing of it is I could go out, I could go to the store and walk, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking sick, and you're gross, and you're I feel these people. And they think that they're just everyday, you know, just minding their own business, you know, I'm just getting some eggs, and I'm like, you're an evil motherfucker. Dude, they're everywhere. They're in church pews, behind the wheels of police cars. Demons on earth. All in there being your buddy, causing harm by just not doing shit. You okay, bud? It's almost time to eat. Oh, baby. You don't like my life, is it? But anyway. So, yeah, it's gonna get freaking weird. It was like, I was listening to a guy this morning on his show, and he was listening to a video, and the guy said, and he misheard him. I heard, oh, we generally like the police, or something like that, and he heard I work for the police, and I'm like, dude, and then he played it back. And I'm like, okay, I get where it sounded like that, but that's not what he said. He said, generally we support, I think he said we generally support the police, and the guy heard, I work for the police or something. And I was just like, yeah, I get how, but that's not what it said. That's not what he said. So, like, all these people are like, oh my gosh, you know, he's a double agent. I'm like, dude, you misheard. You're sending, that's why I appreciate everybody's data input, you know, from Santos Bonacci to Cliff Hyde. All these people have their place, just like I have my place, right? I really try to come from a heart space that does not, I I'm not adamant that my existence is the only reality that's happening on this planet. I believe all kinds of people having different experiences on this planet. Right? Right. Different people, different times, exactly. So I think it's cute when these freaking old codgers get up there or whatever, you know. These or young whatever, young doohickeys. It doesn't matter the age, color of their skin, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a vibrational frequency of people that are just so in their you okay? In their adamancies about it's almost time to eat, bud. This is how the world is. Because it's so many different ways. You okay, bud?